Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the start of the FormulaPi elimination round. Slightly different format tonight from different weeks. We're now doing 10 laps with a single robot at a time, and the top 5 robots that score the fastest times tonight and Wednesday night are going to go through to the grand final, which is going to be on Thursday this week. So you've got extra FormulaPi this week, and then that's it. We're done with the winter competition, so it's really exciting. So let's get straight on with racing, and I've got to load up the spin view. Slightly different because we only have one robot on the track. So tonight, first up to do their 10 laps with the elimination time is John Satterfield. Sorry, my words are all broken already. John Satterfield from Dallas, Texas. Had some really good results in the heats. Got a second, first, fourth, second, and then it did not start, which put him at 9th overall, but looking fairly strong in the heats. Had some really good results and some great racing as well from him, so it's looking pretty good for John, I reckon, tonight. I think he could be our first one going through to the final, but it's all to play for. 10 robots to go tonight. John's the first one down on the track, so hopefully you'll get a good run on tonight, John. So good luck. I think the Spinitron is extra long tonight so that I could talk about people. Maybe a little too long because I've run out of things to say. But there we go, we're done. And we zoom out. How exciting. So John's first up. The 2 minutes have elapsed, and you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you'll see a small timing rig. We have the laser timing rig set up tonight. These times are purely for indication to see how good the laps are. The official timing is being done by Aaron, who is upstairs with a clipboard. So the times may differ slightly, but we'll keep you informed as we're going along, and I will try and keep track of all the times and keep you all as best informed as I can do. So we're all ready to go, I think. I'm looking at Tim, giving him the signal to get going.
Okay, light sequence start.
So here we go. John is the first up to complete his 10 flying laps tonight. Hopefully get a good start from him and he'll see the lights. I know he didn't see them last week, so hopefully he'll see the change this week and change cleanly. It's gone to red. And it's green. And John's away. He's got off. This is a good start from him, not a jump start. It's a clean start, looking good as we're going now. So there he is, first into the first corner. We see it's a lot less exciting tonight because we've only got one robot going around at a time. But hopefully you can see that his times will start getting, they'll sort of slowly decrease. That's because of the battery life on these robots. So the first lap should be fairly quick, but then as we go through the laps, they'll get slower and slower because the battery life will start to fade on the Yeti Borgs. So let's see, first lap through, first split, 29.36. Pretty good effort there from John, first lap. Just going to make a note of that time on my little piece of paper in front of me. So that's a great first lap from John, looking really good. Taking some wide lines through the S's though. So not sure on those lines. They're a little bit inefficient, but we're going still, which is good. It's looking pretty good. Nice, and see, there's not as much carnage. There's no wheels flying off. It's just very delicate. Oh, big skid there in the corner. Skids for the fans as they're going round. At 30.02 for the second lap. See, like I said, the laps will slowly decrease as the robots go round. But hopefully they should be within sort of half a second, maybe 0.2 of a second. If they're doing efficient laps and they're doing the same path on each lap. So that's kind of what we're looking for, is consistency in terms of maybe being 0.2, 0.3 out. I think that's what we've seen from testing when we've had a few robots going around, just to test the rig to make sure it's working properly, so you get a fairly good idea of what's going on. So next up, 31.8. That's quite a big split difference there for John, so I think that was a little bit inefficient in that lap, but hopefully he can put it back in this next one. We might see a quicker lap if we get some good lines through the S's. Goes very wide into those corners, looking like it's not the most efficient line, but certainly not hit the walls yet, which is good. We're not headbanging, we're not destroying any of the robots, which is great. So looking good for John. Clean lap so far, if slightly inefficient, but let's see how we're doing. Next one, good. That's a much faster lap, more efficient, 30.7. Looking pretty good for that lap. So sitting at 2 minutes now, the four lap mark. Going to 10 laps for each car. I'm going to see how well they do. And oh, so close to the wall there. Oh, that could have almost scuppered that lap there. Very wide lines into the S's, but still looking good for John Satterfield. So John, like I said, from Dallas, Texas, and his coding experience, he says, is 10 years with C, C++, and Java, but brand new to Python. So this has all been new for him for this competition. They're clocking up the fifth lap, 32.1, looking good there, still keeping up with the lap times. Seems to do a slow lap and then a quick lap, so maybe the next lap will be quicker. But yeah, so John's an experienced programmer, and yeah, it's nice that you're new to Python. This is a new thing for you, and hopefully you've learned something from doing FormulaPi. Hopefully this has been useful and exciting and cool to do. So yeah, it's John's had some really good races. Won one of his heats, won his second heat, was really good, and then had a DNS last week. Let's see, 32.8 for the next lap, looking strong. But yeah, he didn't start last time. I think he didn't respond to the lights, which was a shame because he was on for a good run, and I think that's why he ended up slipping down the leaderboard. I think he was in second or third. So close to that wall. That line is so wide, really wide line going into that corner. But yeah, his racing up till that point was really, really good, really strong. I think it was like third or fourth maybe in the leaderboard. So he slipped down just because of that last result at DNS, which was purely just not seeing the lights, which is a real shame. We were hoping that you'd do well, and it was such a shame that you didn't see it. So 33.2 now we're looking at. Good lap times, solid. I mean, we were looking at around the 30 second lap with the standard Yeti box, so these are good. This is a good solid laps. It's looking great. And only 3 laps to go now. So nice and smooth. It's them S's. He's going really wide in the S's, taking a very sort of wide line. But that may favour during racing because a lot of people will be tucking into that inside line and going wide around the outside there. Might favour him during racing. So if the times are good enough to get through to the final 5, it could be good enough to avoid any carnage that happens in that corner because we've seen a lot of action in there over the racing as it's gone on. It's been really exciting in those S's and lots of interesting crashes and hits and bashes and stuff. So it's good that it's a slightly different line. It might keep you out of trouble, which is a good thing. So 33.3 for the last lap. 2 more laps to go, and then we'll be done. Slight sinusoidal pattern there coming into the headbanger corner as we leave. It's looking good. Good for John. So on to the last lap. 33.8 for that one. Good time. It's just slowing down. Like I said, it's the battery life of the Yeti Borgs. It slows down as it gets. It's a slight. Tim drew me a graph to demonstrate the power output of the batteries, which helped me understand. Because, like I've said, week after week, I'm software, not hardware. I do struggle with real things. So the battery life will slowly sort of tail off. So the first laps will be the faster ones, and then we'll sort of get to more of an average pace. So there we go, and across the line, 33.1. And that's a final time of 5 minutes 21.1 seconds according to the clipboard upstairs. I'm just going to make a note of that so we can record that for the next time. So that's it. That's John's 10 laps for the Eliminator. Setting the pace there for the other robots to catch up with. So 5 minutes 21.1 in total according to the clipboard upstairs. So there's Tim indicating to Aaron upstairs, who's got a very busy night tonight because he's on the Updatatron and he's doing timing and he's swapping the robots and he's doing the start lights. So he is really doing all of the things upstairs whilst Tim sits down here in his comfy chair and pokes the buttons to change the cameras. Lazy, frankly. Lazy. You should be up there. You should be down here. You should give me the buttons tonight. Next time. Okay. You're going to swap over. That's fair enough. Right. So I'm clicking about like a crazy lady to get ready for the next person. So I'm going to change my spinny thing. Notepad++ makes it a lot easier for me than previous with Vim. We've all had this. I'm an Emacs girl. We've been through this. You know me now. You know I whinge about the wrong text editor. So, whilst Aaron puts the next robot on the track, and we get started, we give them the standard 2 minutes like we did for racing, but obviously because there's one robot at a time, they've got 2 minutes to race. So, whilst they've got the 2 minutes to set themselves up, I can introduce you to the next person racing. So next up, we've got Mean Machine, who's based in Malvern in the UK, and had a mixed bag of results. So first, third, fourth, second and first, putting them 6th in the leaderboard overall. The 4th in the middle, was it the 3rd? It might have been the 3rd. There was a big crash near the finish line for Mean Machine and they lost the race by inches. It was so close between 3 robots. I think it was Enigma and the Ward brothers that may have been involved in that, who are, I think, coming up in tomorrow night's heat in Eliminators. So that was the reason for that one, but pretty solid results. A bookend of firsts, either end of the series, so looking fairly strong for tonight's Eliminator. So we're looking for 10 good laps. We've got a time set from John Satterfield of 5 minutes 21, so hopefully Mean Machine can beat that. Let's see if he can. So, we're at 1 minute 20 seconds on the counter, which takes a little bit longer than before. It seems like longer just because we're all kind of waiting and hanging about. I've kind of run out of things to say now. So hopefully we'll have a pause. Maybe after the next one, Tim, we'll have a pause and I'll do sponsors messages and do all that sort of stuff. I reckon that sounds good. Because this is all different for me, obviously, because we did racing before, so we're kind of constantly go for half an hour, and then, you know, it could go straight on to the next one. So this is kind of a bit different, because we're kind of hanging around a little bit, just, you know, biding our time, waiting for the robots to go through their boot cycle completely, and finish off the given time. So, I am looking at the Updatatron. That is 2 minutes. So, Mean Machine has had their 2 minutes to boot up, so we are good to go with the 10 laps. I've got the thumbs up from Timmy. He has reset the Timertron in the bottom left-hand corner. Everything's a Tron.
Okay, light sequence start.
There we go. We've set off the light sequence. So let's see how Mean Machine fares. Green lights. So we're looking for green, red, green, and we'll go on the green, and the timer will start. We're off. Mean Machine is go. That's a good start. Not a false start. Nice, clean start there. Oh, big wide line into the first corner. But again, might favour avoiding trouble by taking that wide line. It looks like that might be... Well, if everyone takes that line, then it's a bit crashy. But if everyone takes different lines, then taking the wider line might be better, because you're not taking the inside line, you're not kind of going for the racing line. So it's, you know, all different strategies for all different cars. So let's see that first lap, 27.07. So that is definitely faster than John Satterfield by a good 2 seconds. I've got written down here. So I'm just making a note of that, because that will probably be the fastest lap. We're always looking at the fastest lap being the first one, because... Oh, hit the wall. Oh, that'll definitely slow him down. Oh, dear. Oh, that will really make a difficult lap there. They see that's the curse of the commentator, saying it was the quickest lap. And that is. I don't think he's going to beat 27.07 set in the first lap there. Oh, that's a definite slow lap there. So let's see. Cross the line. 31.96. So we saw John getting that maybe towards the back 2/3 of his race. So this is possibly a little setback for Mean Machine, but hopefully he can pull it back on this lap. Oh, so close to the wall. Oh, Mean Machine, come on now. Oh, he's going so close to that wall on the right-hand side coming out of the S's. Crikey, into headbanger. There we go, nice and cleanly round. A little bit of a wide line and then cutting close to the inside. Sweeping out again to come across the line. So this should be looking good. 31s, 30s, 30.2. Still haven't sighted where the actual laser sensor is here, so I'm still learning about the layout of the track as well. I'm still learning where everything is. But that's good, 32.1. So this is actually, I think, going to be quite tight between the two racers, between Mean Machine and John Satterfield, who's just been. Is looking really, really close. Just checking up on the old chat. Nobody's in the chat. Oh, come join me. We'll talk robots. Because we've still got quite a while to go for each. I mean, it's got 5 minutes for each robot. Oh, 29.9. Good lap there. Solid. So we've got a little bit of a faster lap there. Must have been better lines whilst I was looking up and away and fiddling with Twitter. That's good. So, 29.9. That's a good increase in time. If we can stay around the 30-second map for the next 3 or 4 laps, it's going to be very tight between Mean Machine and John Satterfield here. This is looking very tight indeed. So, go for the inside-outside sweep there. Seems to consistently follow that red patch on the way out of the lap. Let's see for this one, 35. So that is a little slower, like we said. The batteries will wear down slowly as the robots go on further into the race. But that's looking fairly competitive. That's looking a bit racy, that is. So, halfway mark. 2 minutes 40 seconds on the total time. It's looking pretty close. Like I said earlier on, there might be a small discrepancy between the laser timing rig and the official timer, which is being done by the clipboard. We're really kind of testing the laser timing rig to see if we can use it next season and see if it's going to be appropriate, and I think it will be. 31.4 there for the next lap. That's the 6th lap going onto the board. So that's quite a big jump from the 5th lap to the 6th lap. There must have been some very wide lines taken during that lap. It's difficult to tell, isn't it? Because they all look so smooth now. Very close to that wall. That green wall on the coming out of the S's, it gets very close there as it's coming out. And then takes the red, green, red approach into the headbanger. Oh, into the blue a little bit. Oh, wrong camera, Timmy. Lost it then for a second. Oh, he's got it again. And then onto the red there, 31.1. So these laps are they're a little inconsistent. Because, well, I mean, from the testing that we've done during the week, we've seen the slowly sort of increase in times. But Mean Machine's times are a little bit up and down here. So 31.1. So this is going to make it very interesting when it comes to seeing the total time. This is going to be. I actually think this is going to be quite close. So let's see. Mean Machine's got the current fastest lap at 27:07, according to the laser timing rig. 31.7. So they're fairly, they're up and down here. So let's see. Final 2 laps coming into. This is going to be really close. This is actually going to be really, really close between these two. I didn't think after that crash in the second lap that would happen, but Mean Machine really is going to be very, very close to John Satterfield here. This is going to be a close for the finishing lap time. So here we go, coming in for the last lap, coming in hot now. Across the line, 31.9. So if we're looking, I think this actually might be a better time now in total. I'm completely lost. I can't do maths. It's like looking at 3 screens at once. I'm very confused as to working out who's doing what. But as long as Mean Machine doesn't collide with the wall here. That was so close. Oh, that was so close. Oh, it was like a hair between them two. So coming around in headbanger. Little red-green, and I'm sure he'll come out on the red because that's what he's done all evening long. There he goes. Out on the red. Very consistent. Coming in hot across the line. 5:09.4. So that is faster than John Satterfield, I believe. 5:09.04. So 09.4. Gotta write this down. There we go. Lovely. So second one down. 3 to go. So Tim's getting up. He's having a wander.
I'm just wondering, I need to check that first lap might actually be a lap record.
27:07. Really? Wow. So that's news from the crow's nest of Mr. Timothy Freeburn. 27:07 might actually be a lap record from Mean Machine. So that's pretty racy. Am I enjoying that, Timmy? So we're going to swap the robots over and get the next one ready. Oh, I can't hear him when he leaves the room. See, he's left the room now. Chaos could break out. We'd never know. You see, Aaron is rustling paper and flipping over the paper for the next race. So that means I have to do my little bit now to make sure that the next robot is in place. So I've done my Spinatron updatey thing 3000. Everything is a Tron. I'm just so inventive with my names. So fresh. Alright, so the timer has started for the 2 minutes for the next robot. So, oh, I've clicked on the wrong button. Oh, I've loaded a browser. Oh, now we're all doomed. Quickly. Nobody saw that. So profesh. I clicked on the browser rather than the spin view. I'm sorry, Tim. Just clicking everywhere. Right, next up we have, with the red robot, from London in the UK, Scuderia Gatto Rosso FormulaPi team. Totally not a mouthful, and I've nailed it now. I've got it nailed on. Sitting 13th in the leaderboard. So because we had 3 house robots in the top 10, they automatically got a place because we didn't want to race all the house robots in the final because that seemed very silly. So they've been bumped up into the last qualifying position that was available. Their results were 2nd, 4th, 3rd, 5th and 4th. So middle of the pack. I know they had a few problems in some of the heats and stopped in their 4th heat completely, so didn't complete the race. So hopefully looking for some good laps from the FPI team tonight. Hopefully you've updated your code and hopefully you're just going to whip around there now and smash that 27:07 time that's just been set by Mean Machine, because I'd really love to see that, because I like seeing people going faster and faster and faster. So we're on 1 minute 20 seconds. And this is really bad because I figured that 2 minutes would fly by. No, it hasn't. I have to fluff and make things up all the way through so that we can get through to the 2 minute mark. So the reason we have this 2 minutes is it was a set time for the code to boot up inside the robots, and so that they can be ready to recognise the lights. We tested our standard boot time for the code that we provided, and that was a little bit quicker than 2 minutes. I think we just gave a little bit of extra time because people were doing some quite complicated things, like one of the competitors has done a full kind of AI machine learning thing, and I mean 2 minutes gets you that point, whereas loading our code I think was fairly quick. Less than a minute for the standard code that you get given. So we gave an extra minute for people who are doing more complicated things, which is why we've kind of set the 2 minute mark. So hopefully that's explained a little bit more to you. So now I can see we've hit the 2 minute mark. We're at the point where we can start the lights now. Tim has readied the start line laser display board. Nod to, I'm sorry, I haven't a clue. Thumbs up.
Okay, light sequence.
Let's go. So Looking for some good laps from Scuderia Gatto Rosso? Oh my god, no. Yes, it is. That is the team we're looking at. So confused. So we're looking for green, red, green, and they'll go on the second green, all being well. And we're off. And they go. Ooh, great start. Really good start. Let's see from them. Ooh, wide line into the first corner, but we're still turning. We're going. So 27.07 is the best lap we've had so far. So looking for an equally competitive one from the Gatto Rosso team. Let's see what they can do. Coming into Headbanger, quite a wide line. Sticking to the reds on the outside and then sweeping in through the green. That's a tight turn. And back across the line. 26.88. Smashed that fastest lap out of the ballpark. Well done. Great start for the Scuderia Gatto Rosso team. Just going to make a note of that time because I have to keep track of the fastest lap. That is the fastest lap. They are looking incredibly racy. Lovely start from the guys. So I know they had trouble in some heats, and I think they stopped midway through. One of them. Not sure what that was. I can't remember what that was due to, but I can see a 5th place on the leaderboard. Started really strong, and then kind of tailed off. Let's see. 27.7. Looking very competitive. This could be, if they can keep it up and not hit the walls, the fastest one we've had so far. It's looking good for them. So the Gatto Rosso team have said they still have no idea what they're doing. Evidently you do, because you just smashed the first lap, smashed the fastest lap time. And if Tim said that 27.07 was the fastest lap previously from Mean Machine, then you've just nailed on the fastest lap again. This is like proper Formula 1 qualifying now, isn't it? You know, it's like everyone's going faster, 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 faster. This is a great start. 28.02. Wow, this is looking really nippy. Taking some good lines through the S's. Staying away from that wall and keeping in between the blues, I think, is a very good strategy. That's going to be a straight line through those S's. So obviously it's working well for the Gatto Rosso team. They met while they were working on a Formula 1 team. We've guessed that is Toro Rosso from the name. Every week we guess, and you haven't told us yet whether it is or isn't. I'm assuming it is, and that's what we're going with. And now the international seat shuffling has finished for Formula 1 this season. It's great to see Sainz. And who's back in the other seat? Kvyat was back in the other seat for Toro Rosso? Yes. It's good to see them back and racing. I really hope Kvyat has a better season, because last season was obviously a bit of a nightmare. But really hoping that they do well. 28.09. This is looking incredibly racy from the Gatto Rosso team. Really liking this. This is some rapid times. I think this is going to easily be, as long as they don't hit the wall, as long as they keep it clean, I think this could be the fastest one. We're looking really good from them. Strong laps here. They're keeping them all sub 30 seconds. That's pretty good. Because I think John Satterfield and Mean Machine were both 30 seconders by their second or third lap. So this is looking incredibly racy from them. 28.4. Look at that. This is brilliant. Good stuff. It's like it's getting better with age. It's like a fine wine, this particular lap from them. It's just keeping it close. As like I say, the laps are going to be a little bit slower because of the battery power in the pies and in the robots. But this is looking incredibly tight. This is very competitive. Lovely. Good lines as well. I think the lines you're picking are very nice. They're really tight. It'd be interesting to see, because I'm wondering from a racing perspective. 29.4, so that's quite a big stop there. I think we had a little trouble in the S's, went a little wide. Let's move in. It's the creakiest chair in the world. There we go. I think from the S's we went a little bit wide there. But I'm wondering, Tim, have you run a robot around just the greens on this track to see if that's any racier than going wide lines and swooping in? No, he says. Okay. I'm just asking. Well, you can say now because nobody can change their code. No, you haven't. Okay, so
we've done a lot to make sure that they are all munched.
Okay. All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see whether it would be quicker to stick to the blue in between the greens and really stick to that, or whether this kind of sweeping line is more effective because you're keeping your momentum going. I'm intrigued. I want to go and play up there later and do some testing. So we're on lap 8, 2 laps to go. This is looking incredibly good. Incredibly good. Brilliant. So 39.09, definitely sticking close to the 30-second mark. I think this is going to be our winning time. This is looking very good. So here we go. Coming into the last pair of S's. As long as there's no deadly crashes right now, it's looking good for the Scuderia Gatto Rosso team from London. This is looking like rapid laps here. So coming into the last corner. This is going to be our first sub 5 minute race. Here we go. coming in across the line. 4 minutes, 48 seconds, 0.2. That is huge. That is a massive gap to the next person. I'm writing that down. So that is a full, see if my maths will work, 20 seconds quicker than Mean Machine. That is rapid. Well done, guys. Good effort. So that's coming from having some fairly, I'm not being rude, average results, because, you know, thirds, fourths, fifths, it's really good. I'm really enjoying that. Well done, guys. So now we'll set the next robot up. I'm going to do my spinny thing, and I'm going to do my sponsorship message, because that takes up a little more time. So let me find the right thing. Pop it up on the old screen. So we've got some lovely sponsors to thank who have helped us get this far, and by the lovely people who backed our Kickstarter and the lovely people who chose our sponsorship packages, much like Kiwi Electronics. Lovely electronics company who stock Raspberry Pi and make a scene bits and bobs in Europe. If you're on the continent, check them out. They're really, really lovely. Blogtrotter, great RSS aggregation feed service straight to your inbox. Go and find their website and have a look at them. They're lovely. I love the logo. I'm still obsessed with it because it looks a bit like a bit of cheese. I'm quite hungry. Café Findlow for keeping us fed and watered, providing the gravel for our off-road racing track upstairs, for the testing bit that we can test all our designs on. Hop Hackers, Hannah, we love you. Get well soon. Hannah from Hop Hackers broke her ankle this week and she's very sad and laid up at home. Feel better soon, Span. Go and check out their website. That's Hop Hackers. Lovely brew makers and beer makers. Mog My Pie, good friends of ours, based in Kent, I believe. And yeah, go and check them out. Buy all the stuff from them because we love them. We'll see you at the Pie Party, guys. And School Fab Lab, based in New York City. Classes, lots of CPD stuff, I think. Lots of different classes and lessons and stuff. Go and find them if you're in New York City and go and sit down and learn some stuff. And DEXTER Industries, our lovely friends across the pond, robotics boards and kits. Go and find them and see what you think. If you want to sponsor us, info@formulapi.com. Drop us an email. Or pop your name up on that little sponsors message. We'll pop your name up on the boards. We'll give you a shout out. Probably should tweet about you this week and sort myself out because I've been lazy on Twitter of late. I've been very busy. So let's crack on and introduce you to the next competitor. So here we have number 22, Rasparas del Infierno from Madrid in Spain. I've been practicing that all season. I finally got it just nailed on. My languages aren't that good. I'm better at French, if I'm honest. They're from Madrid in Spain. Their results have been pretty good so far. A fifth, a second, a first, and a third. So getting better as the season went on. Then the last one, I think they had a pretty stacked heat, which is why that was third. But 11th overall in the table. So they were bumped up because of the house robots that were above them. So we took top 10, knocked out the house robots, and then took some proper real people. They're using machine learning algorithm. I'm mashing my words together tonight. Machine learning algorithm, which gives them a bit of a different style of driving to everyone else. But have been fairly racy, fairly competitive, which is looking good. Racy is my word for tonight. That's the one I'm sticking with. I repeat it again and again and again. So I'm looking at the clock. We've got 1 minute and 15 seconds until this one's going to have its full boot up time. So I still have to waffle. Despite all of that waffling, it was still not enough, was it? So if you're interested in robotics and you want to get into more stuff, check out FormulaPi.com. Come and find us. We'll also be, as Piborg, at the Raspberry Pi Party, which is coming up in March 4th and 5th. Really isn't that far away now. Tickets available from Cambridge Junction. That's in Cambridge in the UK. It's a music venue, so if you're like me, you've lived in Cambridge for years and years, you've been to gigs there when you were younger, so it's quite cool, the fact that you're going there. I'm more excited about that. Obviously, the Raspberry Pi stuff is wicked, but I love the Junction. Proper nostalgia for me going there. So check them out. Find the Junction, go and get some tickets, and we'll see you there. And if we don't see you at the Pi Party, we'll see you at Pi Wars, which is piwars.org. It's run by the lovely Mike and Tim, who are coming to visit us next week. Yay! We can't wait to see you, and sorry for faffing about with dates and times, Mike and Tim. But Pi Wars, piwars.org, go and buy some tickets and see some lovely Raspberry Pi based robots competing, built by lots of people from the maker scene and from the community. And there's some really innovative stuff. I've seen some really cool robots that have come out of that competition over the years, and they're pretty cool. So yeah, we'll see you at both of those events. And now I've successfully waffled for 2 minutes. Getting better at this now. So here we are, fourth competitor of the evening, Rasparas del Infierno, going for their 10 flying laps. Looking for a 26.88 is the fastest lap, and a 4.48.2 as the fastest 10 laps. So let's see how they can do.
Okay, so you can start.
There he is. Our very own Charlie Whiting. Hopefully he'll be working for FIA in years to come. So, green light, red light, green light. Hopefully we see no jump starts. Looking good so far. The green's on, and they're off. Oh, good start, good start. Oh, going straight for the inside line. Oh, but overshooting a little bit. So, that was a fairly racy line then to kick off with. Oh, quite a hard turn there. Oh, everyone's going very close to that wall. Very close. It's making me nervous. Every time they go out there, it's making me nervous for you having to repair the robots more than anything. Fast cornering technique there. That's... Whoa, 25.4! Amazing! Rasparis Inferno literally setting the place on fire. I've used literally wrong, and I'm not apologising for that, because that is incredible. Great work. 25.4. Amazing. So, the Spaniards are showing us how it's done. Brilliant. Amazing. That is a fantastic first lap. That's incredible. I'm amazed. Just when you think it can't get any faster, and then boom, straight out of the gate. 26.5. So that's their first and second lap was faster than Scuderia Gatto Rosso's first lap. Incredible. I can see the lovely Georges in the chat room. Good evening. He's posted up a link to their blog, which is we retweeted that during the day to talk about their strategy and talk about how they've planned their competition. And clearly, whatever planning they've done has worked really well. This is amazing. Ooh, a little bit slower on that lap though, 27.7. So 1.2 off the last one. But still, this is looking really good. Good lord, we've just smashed the lap record 3 times in a row. Is it because they're putting more rubber down on the track? Is this like proper racing now? There's more rubber on the track, therefore it's grippier, therefore they're faster.
Different lines.
Different lines. It is different lines as well, which is the most interesting part about it. George has got a much more aggressive line coming into the headbanger corner there. And seems to be... Sorry, my chair's really creaky tonight. It's all the excitement. I'm throwing myself about the office. 27.3 there for the 4th lap. I didn't think this would get any faster. I thought this would be, everybody would be much of a muchness, but crikey, this is brilliant. I'm amazed. I mean, we've had... George, like I said, has had kind of the first one with a 5th place. It was a bit kind of... I know that he was a bit disappointed, but has steadily improved as the competition has gone on. So really, we should have expected this. 27.9 for the 5th lap, so at the halfway mark. This is looking incredible. This is looking so good. So good. If this isn't a new record, I will be surprised. Very surprised. This is rapid as. Look at it. Some good lines as well. I mean, look, that line there coming into the corner. That's the most aggressive entrance we've seen into the headbanger corner. Coming in on the green, so hot. That's really good. And out on the reds, everyone's favouring the reds coming out and then nipping across to the inside to get the laser timing rig. Or maybe that's it. Maybe it's like Formula 1, they have the pit wall where they all swing across to wave at their mechanics. That's what they're doing.
I think they're favouring a half line.
You think they're favouring a what?
Half. In between the lines.
In between? Oh, interesting strategy there. In between the lines. So in between the red and the green in the middle, you mean?
I think they're in between the green.
See, I need you to come over here and be my Ted Kravitz, Tim, because I'm not technical. I don't do any complicated stuff. You can be my Ted Kravitz, like in the pits with a little clipboard running around the whole time. It'd be amazing. Shout out to Ted Kravitz. Loving your work. Ted's Notebook is one of my favourite parts of the Formula 1 weekend. It's brilliant. Need any new commentators? Hello. I'll do it for free, honestly. So, this is looking pretty racy for George. Coming into 8th lap. 29.3. See, it's looking good. It's got about a 0.3 decrease on each lap on average, which is about what we expected with the battery life tailing off. But I mean, this is really... I wouldn't be surprised here if we get all 10 laps sub 30 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Come on. I'm cheering you on. Come on. I feel a bit like Bruce Forsyth, though, because everyone's my favourite. 28.7! Where did that come from? Is he slipstreaming the ghost car or something? What's he doing? This is mad. But that's the same as the fit. I don't understand. I don't get it. This is amazing. Right, last lap. How are we doing? We've got 4:48.2. Oh, it's going to be close. I see 4:35 on the clock. Are we going to do it? I think we're going to do it. This is going to smash it again. Here we go. And across the line. 4:41.5 from Rasparis dell'Inferno. George has just said magic in the chat room. I'm inclined to agree with you, sir. That was an incredible 10 laps. Well played, sir. I'm going to write that down. 4:41.5. Was that what I said? Aaron's moved the phone. Oh, he's written it down. Okay, excellent. Good. Brilliant. So, fastest lap, 25.4. Fastest 10 laps, 4:41.5. Whatever you were doing, sir, perfection. That was spot on. So now, we come to our 5th and final competitor for this evening. You've got a lot to live up to. You have a lot. I mean, we've had some pretty high standards here as we've gone on. So, no pressure. And here we go for our 5th and final competitor this evening. This is, I mean, no pressure, guys, but this is on you now. This is all on you. Finally, we have the Halo Goodalls from Surrey with their lovely cornettos, and every time I see them I get hungry because I want ice cream. They've had a really good race season. They're 2nd in our leaderboard. They're one of our strongest competitors in terms of the racing side of things. They had a 3rd, a 1st, a 2nd, a 3rd and a 1st, which has been a pretty strong performance. They've improved as the season's gone on, and I think they held the fastest 15 lap time. I think we recorded them last time. I think they had the fastest 15 lap time overall.
Sorry, my memory is crap.
I'm fairly confident it was.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 90% confident that it was the Halo Goodalls that just smashed it out of the park. So, good luck, guys. No pressure. Really, no pressure. Hopefully, your robot doesn't feel pressure. I don't think that's been coded into the Python. The basic set has it. No stress testing or pressure. They don't get nervous, do they? They get flighty. They're like racehorses. You're gonna jump. Be over the fence before you know about it. No. Tim's shaking his head. So, 45 seconds still to go on the old countdown for making sure that we get started here. So they're just settling themselves down in the start gate. Looking nice and calm there. It's all to play for. We've had some fairly strong times. I mean, I was starting off with John Satterfield. I thought we were smashing it, and then all of a sudden we're looking at a 4:41.5 for the fastest 10 lap time. And if you look at the times that are there from the Rasparas Inferno that have just been every lap sub 30 seconds, that's pretty special. I think that's is that beyond your expectations, Tim? He's nodding. I think it's beyond mine as well. I'm very, very impressed at this. I came into this thinking it was going to be all a bit mishmashed, but we've really had just stepping up every single driver. So, 2 minutes has passed. I've got the grubby thumb of joy up from Tim. He's been building robots all day. He's got an incredibly mucky thumb. So, he's cleaning that off, and he's going to tell Aaron to get started.
Okay, light sequence start.
So, our final competitor for tonight, the Halo Goodalls from Surrey in the UK. Let's see if the Brits can bring it home. So, starting with the green light, then to red. And to green. And we're off! And they got a good start. Let's see if they can smash that first lap time. We're looking for a faster lap than 25.47 is what we're looking for. Good first corners. Very tight lines through the S's. Oh, a little wide there. Everyone goes very wide in that S. It's either going to the red or the green. Oh, let's see. Can they beat a 25.47? That's what we're looking for. That's the magic time. Good tight line through there. Oh, it's going to be over. 25.7, only just. That is a hair away from the fastest lap. This is going to be very, very competitive. If their lap times can be consistent, we could be looking at a winner here. So I've written down the fastest lap now in a really bad way. I'm not going to be able to read that tomorrow. So here we go. First lap down. First lap nailed on. 25.7. Let's see if that can improve on the second lap. 26.2. Very competitive still, within half a second of the previous lap. It's looking strong. I've run out of things to say because it's so tense. I'm watching this now rather than actually commentating because I'm fascinated by whether they're going to win or not. This is so close. So we're looking for 10 laps, sub 30 seconds, and then we're pretty much, I think, going to have a close run thing here. Let's see. Ooh, 29.1. That was a slow lap. I think I saw a little pause in the S's there. It was a slight struggle for finding the line. That could have handed tonight's win to Rasparas Inferno. We'll have to wait and see because they might pick up the pace. If they can keep them all below 30, like we said, then we're on for a close run thing. But I think that slight pause in the S's on that second lap, or that third lap, sorry, might just have done it for them. Let's see. 29.2. Yeah, I think this could be it. I think we could be looking at a winner tonight with Rasparas del Infierno. I've been proved wrong on many an occasion, but still 29.2s, 29.1s and respectable times. And looking good still. Let's put you mid-pack, I think. So, yeah, looking good. Let's have a look at the next one. Ooh. 30.2. So, first one above the 30-second mark there for the Halo Goodalls. It's looking racy, but it's not looking quite as quick as we saw before with the Rasparas del Infierno team. So, I've said in previous weeks, I've given you a little bio of each of the drivers. So the Halo Goodalls is Richard, Jasper and Ozzy, and they're based in Surrey in the UK. They did some code, and they wrote some code as part of the code club that they're part of, which went up onto the International Space Station, which is really cool. And I say this every week because I'm dead jealous, because I wish my code had been up on the ISS. It's just amazing. I love the fact that they're sending Raspberry Pis up into space. It's really, really cool. So they were part of that project. Go and check it out if you're interested. I think there's another one this year running for European schools. It's worth checking out. But their laps are looking pretty good here. 34. Seem to have stabilised the lap times now a little. So I think this puts them mid-pack for tonight, which will, I think, fairly comfortable. Hopefully it'll be a top 5 time. See how it goes. Coming across the line again. 30.09. Slight improvement in time there. So this is still looking good. If we can keep them all hovering around the 30-second mark, this is going to put you middle of the pack, I would have said, for tonight. But it's still really good laps. We've seen some really impressive lines tonight as well. Really, I mean, the lines that the Halo Goodalls are taking into that first corner is so aggressive. Really keeping it tight and nice and tidy through the headbanger at the end as well, keeping it into the green for the majority of the end of the corner, which a lot of people aren't doing, and people are staying into the red rather than keeping it in the green. So that's really interesting. Oh, 22.5! We've got a quicker lap. Ooh! Is it slipstreaming? What's it doing? Tim will tell me what's happening.
29.5, not 22.5.
Oh, I said 29.5, sorry. I thought I said 29.5. Oh dear, I'm getting tired now. I'm getting number blindness. It happens after a while when you get tired. You start looking at all the numbers and reading them out wrong. But they're still 29.5, that's really, really good. That's super competitive. So, let's have a look. This looks like it's going to be rapid as well. 22.5, another identical lap time.
29.5.
29.5. I said that, didn't I? Oh, it's confusing me now. But that would get you, if you were playing Gran Turismo, that would get you the lap perfection badge, because you're within a hair's width of your previous lap. You'd get a badge for that on the PS3. I'd hand out a badge for that. That is good. And like I said, because of the battery's getting a bit tired as well. So this is the last lap now, coming into the final straight, and across the line. Oh, that's only 10 seconds off. Oh, that's quick. So that is... Oh, the time is still going. I'm confused by the time we're going. But that's it. We've had our 10 laps there now. Race over. It indicates it. Is that your responsibility, Timmy, to stop that? Oh, you see, he's too busy watching the racing. So that is overall time for the Halo Goodalls. 4 minutes, 51 seconds, 0.1. So, I've unclicked my pen now. It's the end of the night. As a recap, so we've gone the first half of the competitors that have made it to the final here. So, in reverse order, in 5th place, number 21, John Satterfield, with 5 minutes, 21 seconds, 0.1. In 4th place, with 5 minutes and 9 seconds, that's number 52, Mean Machine. In 3rd place, the Halo Goodalls, with 4:51.1. In 2nd place, with 4 minutes, 48 seconds, 0.2, it is Scuderia Gatto Rosso. And tonight, with the fastest lap and the best time, with the fastest lap time of 25:47, and the overall lap times of 4 minutes 41.5, that is Rasparas del Infierno. Congratulations, that is a really good time. That's going to be hard to beat, I would have thought. I'm looking down the list of competitors to come up, and there are some big names left in the second heat, but that is pretty quick. That's way quicker than I expected. So, all that being said, we will be here again, same time, on Wednesday, which is the 25th of January. I might have been able to learn how to speak between now and then, because I've been really mumbly tonight, so sorry everyone. I'm sure I'll pick it up. I want to have a bit more sleep and I'm a little bit less stressed. But hopefully, see you on Wednesday. Have a good week up until then, and we'll see you on Wednesday for the second of the elimination rounds to decide which 5 competitors are going through to the grand final of Formula Pi winter season 2015, first season. Who's going to be crowned our champion? It's all up for grabs. So we'll see you on Wednesday night, 5 o'clock, right here again on Twitch, or on YouTube on the catch up if that's how you watch it. But take care, have a good week, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye bye for now.